I wore a sweatshirt and brought a jacket, and sweatshirt's too much.
Yeah. I'm wishing I would have taken my jacket off. I'm sure it'll cool off.
Yeah.
When we get up.
You got your foggles available? On your head, awesome.
Yeah, I'm remembering that now.
So remember your radio calls, it's who you are, where you are, what you want. And when he gives you this, 30-second, radio call back, it's just, what did he tell me to do? And to only respond to, with your call sign and what he told you to do.
Okay.
When we used to cross the pond, across the ocean, it was on HF radio, so there's no controlling agency, and it was a very canned radio call. You'd get to a point, you'd say, Marky, whatever our call sign was, at this position, at this time, at this altitude. Expect next position at this time, and then our fall-on position. That's it. So it's position, time, altitude, position, time, position. So you're painting a picture of how you're going across the ocean.
SLC Uniform Victor, number 2, following the Gulfstream, 1 mile final, report him in sight.
Oh yeah, we gotta follow the jet.
We've got traffic in sight, we're number 2, 7 Uniform Victor. SLC Uniform Victor, the Gulfstream's a full stop, runway 13, clear touch and go. 13, clear touch and go. Can we request a stop and go for 7 Uniform Victor? SLC Uniform Victor, runway 13, clear stop and go. 13, cleared to stop and go, 7 Uniform Victor.
So where's he landing? There he is, just about 7,000. Just past the 7,000 foot remaining marker, it looked like.
So that's what we need to go past before we take off.
Yeah.
Pro Tower, Cessna 738 Juliet Delta is holding short, runway 13.
Cessna 738 Juliet Delta, Bravo Tower, hold short of runway 13, landing traffic.
Holding short, runway 13, 8 Juliet Delta.
Gulfstream 6 Tango Delta, turn left at the end, say parking.
Left at the end, we're going to TAC Air for 16 Tango Delta.
Gulfstream 6 Tango Delta, taxi to TAC Air via Alpha, this frequency.
TAC Air via Alpha, we'll stay with you, 16 Tango Delta.
Just as a reminder right here, I'll write it over here. For every place I'm going.
W holds ACK.
Yep, weather. Adding attitude. Obtain clearance. Cut down. Review. Descent check.
Speeds.
Speeds. Altimeter. And climb out. You could have got out before him.
Well, the wake turbulence is gone, I guess, now.
Have you ever flown one of those Senecas?
Never flown a dual engine.
I'd never flown a single engine until I retired.
Really? You just learned right from the beginning in jet?
Yeah. T-37 was a twin engine, very...
Cessna Juliet Delta, left down departure approved, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Left turnout approved, clear for takeoff, 8 Juliet Delta.
14, Provo ground, runway 13, taxi via Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, Alpha, cross runway 18.
Airspeed's live, gauges are in the green.
Uniform Victor, runway 13, clear for the option. 13, clear for the option, 7 Uniform Victor.
Alright. You have flight controls.
I have flight controls.
Alright, I have flight controls.
You have flight controls.
Are we ready to turn out? Not until we're at 700, right?
Yeah, it's 400 feet. 400 feet above. That should be good. Squawking for traffic.
I don't think so. That doesn't sound like the traffic squawk. We want to go to 65?
Yes. Okay, what are you steering off right now?
Actually just that, so I should probably do a heading.
But you can have course guidance because you've engaged the flight plan, but you're not steering off it. So how would you get flight plan guidance?
So, I mean, I can just do direct to my next thing. Oh, I see what you're saying. So this is just telling me how to get onto my course, is what you're saying?
Yep.
Oh, okay,
that
gotcha.
takes you to your horn.
Bravo Tower, Wolf 5, holding short runway 13, ready for departure.
Wolf 5, Bravo Tower, hold short runway 13, landing traffic.
Holding short runway 13, Wolf 5.
So we can do this and say...
Yep.
So it's Juliet Delta, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, 8 Juliet Delta.
Wolf 5, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Now a quick radio call for that is 8 Juliet Delta switching.
Okay.
That tells him that it's you.
Attack 742 Tango Whiskey, contact approach on 120.9er.
And that you know you're supposed to switch.
120.9er, 742 Tango Whiskey.
714, area of moderate precipitation from your 12 to 2 o'clock and about 2 miles, extends for 4 miles.
Thank you, Griffin 14.
My student who went solo cross country this morning, he's a new member of the church.
Yeah.
He flew to Vernal.
Niner Whiskey Charlie, 10 miles from Dicot. Cross Dicot at 8,000, cleared to ILS, runway 13.
He flew to Vernal, borrowed a car, drove to Vernal, did some baptisms, drove back, got in, and then came back.
Oh, nice. Let's see, we are about... like 2.5 miles east of Provo, right? So I can make a call to Salt Lake now.
I'll tell you, I don't know if we're west of Provo or...
We're east of Provo, right?
East would put us in the mountains. Oh, Provo Airport, you're correct.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Provo City.
Travis 3922, traffic 10 o'clock, 10 miles northwest bound in American 737, leaving flight level 190 for 15,000.
Salt Lake, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is 3 miles northeast of Provo Airport at 6,400 and climbing to 65.
Skyhawk 73 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake approach, squawk 0355.
Squawk 03558 Juliet Delta.
Travis 3922, traffic no factor, climb maintain, flight level 230. Griffin 14, I'm going to lose you on radar and radios there on the west side of the Fairfield Mountain there. If
Something
you want
I know about
following on the west side of the
transponder,
Oakers,
but if you
try
push
first on
VFR,
124.4.
Yeah.
It's 1200, but if you push it again, it goes back to the last code.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta, radar contact 4 miles north of Provo Airport, Provo altimeter 3008.
3008 Juliet Delta.
And what was your destination?
We are heading to Bountiful, then on to Brigham City and Ogden, just requesting flight following.
Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta, thanks. Travis 3922, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9, have a good flight. Griffin 14, if you hear me, radar service terminated.
I wish that the G3X was certified for certified aircraft.
The touchscreen that they have in the other one?
They have in the Bristol.
Yeah.
It'll control your radios, it'll take your engine data. It's very easy, and the menus are pretty easy to go back and forth on. Do you have your altimeter set on both?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, Skyhawk 17, citation 179 Whiskey Charlie, contact Provo Tower, have a good day.
I'm assuming that if we're going to go straight to this one, we're going to need to climb a little higher to cross the point of the mountain.
Probably right.
Departure, Griffin 14, requesting a split.
Griffin 14, if you can hear me, I am going to lose you on radar and radios down there.
Griffin 14,
Either that or adjust to the west a little
Griffin
bit.
14, roger. Radar service terminated. If you need
I could just follow I-15 through the point of the mountain, I guess.
Yep.
Griffin 14, copy, thank you.
Which you do have on your map, so you're not cheating.
Yeah.
What is that beeping?
I don't know. You hear it all the time, though. That's that didn't get rid of it.
I didn't know this knob down here control your radio. So I've got the backup set for 122.8. That's not the right frequency. You can set the next frequency up here. One of the keys to flying IFR when you're talking to a lot of people is getting ahead of the game. So now you're just cruising along. So what can I do next? What's my next frequency? What's my next controlling agency? And what's my next heading going to be?
So how do you see what the next one is without going like to the airport on ForeFlight? Is there an easy way to do that? Or do I have to pull up Salt Lake Airport and look for it?
Like a road. 477 uniform Victor.
Or do I,
3 miles.
do I just wait for them to tell me?
We're going to be VFR 2 Delta.
That's kind of what I assumed.
70477 uniform Victor, departure ident, verify your present altitude.
Ident 6,607 uniform Victor.
I didn't activate our flight plan.
South Provo Airport. Provo
Forgot.
3008. What's your requested altitude and route to Delta?
Alright, we're going to be requesting 8,500 for altitude 7 uniform Victor.
Roger, do you want to try and talk to the center? They should be able to talk to you at 8,500.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and try it for 7 uniform Victor.
So I'll just go on the sectional. It has a lot of frequencies.
477 uniform Victor, reset transponder, squawk 4364.
It does mean it has the frequency you need.
Say that again?
It has a bunch of frequencies. It doesn't mean it has the frequency you need. Like 118.85 is not on a sectional. You can always go to IFR.
If I go to the IFR low, it would be in that crenellated line. That's what they call it, crenellated.
Now you're not cleared into the Bravo, so the key is, and you can just ask him right now, looking for clearance into the Bravo to go up I-15 in the corridor.
Salt Lake 738 Juliet Delta is requesting clearance in the Bravo airspace to go along I-15.
Track 738 Juliet Delta, contact approach 120.9, will have your Bravo clearance.
120.9er, 8 Juliet Delta.
Okay, now just make sure you stay east of, continue to come east. Stay out of the Bravo for now.
Okay. Salt Lake approach, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is at the point of the mountain requesting clearance into the Bravo airspace.
Whiskey Charlie, stand by. I think he's stepping someone there. 738 Juliet Delta, rechecking on.
Just requesting clearance into the Bravo airspace, heading towards Ogden and Bountiful.
738 Juliet Delta, you're clear through Salt Lake Bravo airspace over I-15, maintain 6,000 while in Bravo airspace.
Maintain 6,000, cleared into the Bravo airspace, 8 Juliet Delta.
8 Juliet Delta over the I-15 freeway.
Yeah, I'll stay over the I-15 freeway, 8 Juliet Delta.
And was that, I'm sorry, what was the call sign? What's the Garfield?
What did he say?
He's talking to somebody else.
Oh.
So I just follow I-15 like it's got on your map.
27 Whiskey Charlie Squawk, 0357, you're a Skyhawk, alright. Whiskey Charlie, radar contact 5 west of Garfield, tax flight altimeter 3005, information Charlie, current you're at 5,000, encryption now 6,000 feet, correct? 7 Whiskey Charlie, thanks, cleared into Bravo airspace through the bar and transition, maintain 6,500 while Bravo airspace.
Figure out what that beeping is.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, with an aircraft like this, where you've got
aircraft like it is Delta now, current flight altimeter 3005.
constantly looking for where do I have traffic that's going to be a factor. Looks like there's some traffic southbound, about the same altitude. Northbound, I got some same altitude, or a little bit higher southbound. Now, you're in the weather, so you can't see that, so I look outside. But you kind of point that out to know where to look.
56 Heavy, Salt Lake departure radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000 and higher in about 4 miles. Delta 56 Heavy, you don't have any speed restriction, correct? Thanks. Delta 56 Heavy, climb maintain flight level 230. You can expect direct cloud just a minute.
So, you're going along here, you're trying to listen to all this. This is where your pre-flight planning comes in handy. Say, okay, how am I getting into Bountiful? What are the frequencies at Bountiful?
All right, so
if you're doing this on your own with a, then I would have that all.
oh yeah, well what I would do here, I'd do this.
You got the frequency there. Look at the weather.
56 Heavy, clear cloud.
Now for this you can kind of see, but you know what the winds are. You can't see because you're in the weather.
And Bountiful doesn't have a AWAS, huh?
Yeah, so you would get it from
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Pretty much in the same. Weather right there.
I don't know if that actually gets it, does it? Like while you're flying?
It should. I'm not seeing it.
So we need
tower frequency is going to be 118.3, and this guy will pass you off to tower, and then you'll go through. You'll clip tower's airspace.
And do I need to get the ATIS from Salt Lake? Is that how I get the weather?
Yeah, well, you get the closest reporting.
Why does it have two?
I don't know. Probably because of NOTAMs.
16 right, runway 16 left, ILS runway 17, for visual approaches in use. Arrivals from the north, expect ILS runway 17 or runway 16 left.
Is that us?
Right.
Number 8, Juliet Delta, contact Salt Lake Tower 120.2, we'll see you.
120.2, 8 Juliet Delta.
8,000. Caution for extensive bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Attention all aircraft.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Salt Lake Tower, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is over I-15, passing through the space towards Bountiful.
Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake Tower, roger. Continue north over I-15, Salt Lake altimeter is 3005.
3005, continue over I-15, 8 Juliet Delta.
Cessna 2 Tango Whiskey, keep it rolling to Kilo 5, turn left there and contact ground.
Wind 19er.
Keep rolling to Kilo 5, turn left and contact ground.
Visibility 10.
Thank you, sir.
5,500 scattered. Ceiling 7,000 broken. 8,500 overcast. Temperature 2.2. Altimeter 3005. Remarks. AO2 sea level pressure 159 or 58018. Simultaneous approaches in use. ILS runway 16 right, runway 16 left, ILS runway 17, or visual approaches in use. Arrivals from the north, expect ILS runway 17 or runway 16 left. Notices to airmen. Restricted area 64, 12 Alpha and Charlie active below 8,000. Caution for extensive bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Attention all aircraft. Hazardous weather information for Salt Lake area available from Flight Watch or flight service frequencies. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
Listen to that, we never got the winds.
Salt Lake Airport HS information Delta 2054 Zulu. Wind 190 at 7.
Okay.
90 at 7.
190 at 7.
Oh, 190.
So 190 at 7, so they're going to be landing to the south. So we'll just enter downwind.
Okay, and I haven't looked at Bountiful. Is it left or right traffic in Bountiful?
It's east traffic.
East? Okay.
So it's going to be
so left
traffic.
And
227 West Charlie inbound.
let's see.
Sky 227 Whiskey Charlie, Solid Tower, continue inbound on the barn transition.
Do I have Bountiful on here?
If you don't, I do. There you go.
Tell me what the runways are. Yeah, I don't have it. Well, I have it, I just haven't marked it as a favorite.
It's a 1735, 4,700 foot runway.
1735, okay.
Yep.
And it's 4,700 foot?
Yep.
Okay. This little blue line is not I-15, that's the class airspace,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I just stay over here.
Yeah, you're good just right here.
Okay.
But I think that's pretty close to the Class B airspace, other than right at the point, because it juts out a little bit because of that tower, the eastern tower.
Oh, okay.
Cessna 8 Juliet Delta, descend maintain 5,500.
Descend maintain 5,500, 8 Juliet Delta.
Okay. So you've got your weather. We checked your heading and attitude systems.
Yep.
You got your clearance so far, and you'll change to your COM 2 to go to 122.8.
Okay.
Any questions on the runway? It's a pretty narrow runway.
Okay.
4,700 feet. Actually, if you take the underrun, it's 4,900 feet.
What's the underrun?
It's beyond. You can use it for takeoff, but not for landing. But it's only on the south side, so you've got an extra 200 feet for landing. And then you're looking at, if we're on 17, it's left traffic, 4234 elevation, so 5,200 feet on the, I think it's 5,000 feet on the pattern altitude. Yeah, 5,000 feet on the pattern altitude, 5,034.
Okay.
Left-hand pattern.
Different traffic.
And you've got the frequency already set in.
So I just need to switch that.
Number 7 Whiskey Charlie, fly with the numbers of 16 right, 17, and then north over Redditor Road.
All the numbers north over Redditor Road, Charlie.
What kind of a descent check do you need to do?
Well,
when I do a W hold, Zach, it contains most everything a descent checklist is going to have in it.
okay.
There are just a couple extra things. So I'll go to the OEM, the aircraft manufacturer checklist, just to make sure that I've covered everything else if required. For this aircraft, it's probably going to be carb heat.
Yeah, as we descend.
Cessna 8 Juliet Delta. Appears to be one aircraft in the vicinity of Bountiful Sky Park. They are a half a mile east of the field, southbound. Altitude indicates 5,200, type unknown.
All right, looking for traffic as we approach. We see him on the screen, 8 Juliet Delta.
November 8 Juliet Delta, thanks. Altitude, your discretion. You're leaving Solid Bravo airspace in a mile and a half. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR changed to advisory, frequency approved.
All right, Squawk VFR changed to advisory approved, 8 Juliet Delta. So VFR.
Cessna 7 Whiskey Charlie. Traffic on a 4-mile final.
Then we switch this.
Left is an Embraer 5.
Now what I would do is I'd immediately call, because they said that he's southbound.
Yeah.
You see the runway right there?
You want me to take him off?
Go ahead and take him off now.
Yeah, okay.
You see the runway right there? And you've got somebody that's southbound at 5,200 feet. So you're landing on runway 17, which means you need to come right.
Yeah. Bountiful traffic, Skyhawk 73 Juliet Delta is about 5 miles south of the field, coming in on a downwind, left downwind for runway 17.
This is the Decathlon 1126 Echo, Sky Park traffic on final, or excuse me, on base for 35.
Oh, he's turning base, so I need to just come over this way.
Well, if he's on base, he's right. I'd climb a little bit, because I don't see him.
Sky Park traffic, Decathlon 26 Echo, base to final, 35, full stop.
He's down there.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I've got him.
You got him?
So you can actually set yourself, just go ahead and follow him in.
I don't see him.
He's on final.
Just.
I see.
Should I just go final?
If you want to. Decathlon 8 Juliet Delta, are you full stop?
Yeah, no, touch and go, 8 Juliet Delta.
No, I'm asking him.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't know that was you.
Mr. Decathlon, are you a full stop?
I can go around if I need to.
No, you don't need to. We don't mess up your pattern. Alright.
Bountiful traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is on 1 mile final for runway 37.
35.
Runway 35, correction.
Let's see.
We're too slow for flaps.
Too fast?
Yeah, or too fast.
Off.
Yeah, we're going to go around.
Okay.
Bountiful traffic, 8 Juliet Delta is doing a go around, runway 35.
Sky Park traffic, 26 Echo, clear for the active. 8 Juliet Delta, that's the plane I learned to fly in.
Sweet. Let's go that way and go to Ogden? Or do you want to land here?
I want you to land here.
Okay.
Just because it's a short runway. That's a nice looking Decathlon.
Which way are we going?
Go right.
Okay.
You can't go that way. Remember what I was saying? That you're always east pattern.
Oh, I need to. And the pattern here is 50.
34.
50. Okay. Bountiful traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Deltas on right, crosswind for runway 35. Bountiful traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is turning right downwind for runway 35.
One of the things I teach my private pilot students is as I'm coming up on downwind here, I go through a HASS checklist. Heading, altitude, speed, and spacing.
35, staying in the pattern.
So my heading, just like, since I'm going southbound, I want to be on about a 170 heading. And to maintain my spacing, I check my spacing, or my altitude. You know what my altitude is, so you're just a little low, but not bad. And the speed, am I in a speed where I'm going to be able to lower my flaps or close to it?
Yeah, I'm good.
And then spacing. So this looks like you've done it before. Now you can do a touch and go, or you can do a full stop taxi back.
Let's do a touch and go. Save some time. traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is turning right base for runway 35. Bound for traffic. Bound for traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is turning right, or turning final for runway 35.
Skypark traffic to Gaston 26 Echo holding short 35, waiting for incoming traffic.
It's always an uncomfortable feeling when a semi goes right in front of the runway here.
Warning. Terrain. Terrain.
Skypark traffic, experimental 1 Romeo Papa's now downwind 35, touch and go.
Skypark traffic 10 Bravo Foxtrot, taxi from left ramp to run up. Skypark.
Skypark traffic to Gaston 26 Echo back taxi 35.
Didn't even know this airport existed.
It's a good little airport. It's a little shorter than I'd like.
Traffic 242 Bravo Foxtrot on the east parking, taxiing up to and holding short of the runway.
If it was a 6,000 foot strip, it would be fantastic. It's a fee simple airport, kind of like, I think like Spanish Fork, so you can buy the land right on the airport.
Oh yeah?
Skypark traffic 242 Bravo Foxtrot is holding short of the runway. And experimental 1 Romeo Papa's on right base 35.
Two people at once.
Come to the right here.
To the right?
Yeah.
Skypark traffic, Warrior 32565, 5,300 feet directly above Lagoon southbound, be setting up for a 45 runway 35.
So the class Bravo here is surface, that's 7,500, and then that's 10.5. So you just want to make sure you're in the 7,500.
Bountiful traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is leaving the pattern to the north. Bountiful traffic.
Now as you come up here,
traffic 242 Bravo Foxtrot crossing the runway.
You stay on the frequency and take it up here to Lagoon. So you just get over here to I-15 and climb to about 5,500 feet. And then when you get to Lagoon, then you'll turn westbound to about a 290-ish heading. And then you'll call.
What's going around?
Go over and take the aircraft so you can put the
flight control.
High flight control.
This thing's really fast. Sorry about that myself.
Alright, I have flight control.
Yeah, you have flight controls. So, see the line there. Oh, you can't.
Okay. So I'm climbing to 5,500 and I'm going back over I-15 here.
Yep.
Which is, I'm assuming, this blue.
It's really close to it.
Traffic to Gaston 36 Echo, turning right downwind for 35.
Yeah. So if you just
we got someone on I-15 right there following. They're below us 200 feet right now.
Yeah, they're probably descending to pattern altitude.
Skypark traffic 10 Bravo Foxtrot, taxi to hold short 35. Skypark.
So I would make a radio call here because that guy should be on our frequency.
Okay. Bountiful traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is at 5,400 heading north over I-15, about 4 miles north of the field.
Skypark traffic, Warrior 32565, directly above the Centerville intersection here, 5,300. It's going to be setting up for a 45.
Looks like they're 300 feet. I'm going to pull over to the left here.
Yeah, I'm looking for him here. There's a Centerville Exchange, which is right next to. That's at Farmington. I'm not sure where he is.
Skypark traffic 10.
Yep, you don't come too far. Good here. He's set up for a 45.
He's 400 feet below us, and he's just about at our.
I got him now. He's no factor.
Okay.
Skypark traffic to Gaston 26 Echo, turning right base for 35.
And what you'll do is, I'll tell you when you're overhead Lagoon, and then you'll make a left-hand turn to 290, and then you'll say, you know, overhead lagoon, departing the pattern to the west.
Okay. And then are we going to go back to class Bravo before Bountiful or stay under it? Probably stay under it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we're going under.
Traffic to cap on 26, guys, go time, final 35.
Start your, you just make the radio call saying you're overhead lagoon.
Alright.
Westbound last call.
Bountiful traffic, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is overhead lagoon, westbound last call.
I'm setting in the approach frequency for you.
And then I want to do a 290.
Skypark traffic, experimental one-way pop is on right base 35. Let's go.
Skypark traffic, Piper 32565 is 1 mile 45, runway 35, be entering traffic pattern downwind, setting up for 35 landing.
96 Alpha has traffic, thank you.
96 Alpha, roger.
I've got you on, you're talking to Salt Lake Approach?
I am now.
Yeah, I just put you on Salt Lake Approach and back on COM 1.
Over southbound
okay.
I-15, headed back to Skypark Bountiful.
So do I need to talk to him?
Yeah.
Maintain VFR at 6,000, traffic's now 12 o'clock and 4 miles
for,
opposite direction, co-altitude.
Vectors for a practice ILS in Ogden.
Okay, where are we? I want to tell him where I'm at. So are we...
Tell them you're about 6 south of Hill.
What you does here is contact 2 miles south of Ogden Airport. Altimeter 3004, no landing runway or weather information available.
We got a plane up ahead of us, it looks like. Almost at our altitude.
Yeah.
And verify you did say you're headed to Bountiful?
Looks like he might be climbing.
Thank you. Other aircraft call and approach for flight following. Say again, please.
King Air 3263 November, about 17 miles to the west of Ogden. Request vectors for the ILS into Ogden runway 3, and we have a Romeo.
Number 63 November, roger. Did you say your type aircraft was a Centurion?
Negative, Bravo Echo 9 Lima.
Thank you.
He's going to be off our right, but he's 500 feet above us now.
63 November, select approach squawk 0323.
I'm sorry, 3263, is that correct?
0323.
0323, sorry.
And select approach B53, we're on the final approach course for the VOR Alpha.
Am I going to request flight following from them?
5 miles from the Ogden
Yeah,
VOR.
you tell them it's your
VFR.
VFR request
Ogden Airport.
vectors for a practice ILS.
Okay.
Flight 21, traffic passing below you now, no factor, resume appropriate VFR altitudes.
We got him inside Flight 21, own altitude.
Number 3263 November is radar contact, position as reported, altimeter 3004, and verify you said you had Romeo at Ogden?
Affirmative, we have Romeo at Ogden, 63 November.
Skyhawk 8 Juliet, 738 Juliet Delta is 6 miles west of Hill and requesting vectors for practice ILS approach into Ogden.
Number 786 Whiskey Mike, Salt Lake approach, roger. I'm going to work on runway 17, I'll let you know
You're
here
actually
shortly.
about
Expect runway
southwest.
16 left for now. 10 Delta 1286 Salt Lake approach, were you checking on?
Good. And for something like this, I'm going to, you hear how busy he is.
Number 63
Practice
November,
the radio
you
call
said you wanted the
beforehand,
ILS
say-
or the RNF?
ILS, please be practice.
Approach 738 Juliet Delta.
63 November, roger.
6 south
flight
of Hill.
presenting, intercept the localizer.
Request practice,
Join the localizer 69.
vectors practice ILS into Ogden.
B53, contact Ogden Tower.
Contact Ogden Tower, B53.
Other aircraft on approach for 5 following, check in again, please.
That's you.
Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta requesting vectors for ILS into Ogden.
Skyhawk 738 Joy Delta, Salt Lake approach. Squawk 0335.
Squawk 0335, A Juliet Delta. 0335. 6,000 is our final approach fix, so we should probably climb.
Julia Delta's radar contact about 6 miles southwest of the Ogden Airport. Correction, Hill Air Force Base.
Hey, Julia Delta.
C521, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, change to advisory frequency approved.
Now, he may or may not be able to give you vectors because he's busy.
Number 2.0, traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles southbound, day 4,
got traffic
5,700, also going to Bountiful.
No factor.
Looking for traffic, 492.0.
We could probably, I'm off my heading, but we could probably start turning towards it, I guess.
Number 63 November, contact Ogden Tower, we'll see you.
So have you set up for the localizer yet?
Yeah, it's already connected.
Okay.
1774 Tango climbing 9,500.
Number 1774 Tango, roger.
Yeah, if you want to climb up to 6,000 or climb to 6,500, I think it's an at or above altitude, isn't it?
No lines on it.
Line on the bottom, not
nope.
on the top?
Number 8 Julia Delta, say again your approach request.
Just doing a practice ILS approach in Ogden. Hey, Julia Delta.
Number 8 Julia Delta, roger. And one more time for me, your type aircraft.
Skyhawk Cessna 172.
Thank you so much.
Traffic right 1, northeastbound, no factor.
Looks like someone's on the approach.
Here, that traffic's now at your 1 o'clock and 2.5 miles. They're also going to Bountiful. Sky Park, do you see them out there at 5,400?
Still searching 2,000.
Or 2,000, roger. Would you like me to keep you updated on that traffic, or do you want to switch over to advisories with them?
We can take the switch over, 2,000.
Number 2,000, roger. Radar service terminated, squawk VFR, change to advisory frequency approved. We'll see you.
Let's see.
Squawk VFR.
Ogden is 12295.
12455.
Oh.
There.
That's the tower?
No, that's ATIS. 124.
Oh. 12295. I'll just get this ready.
118.7 is Ogden Tower.
It is?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was looking at Unicom. 118.7?
Yep.
Okay, so...
Other VFR aircraft calling for services may be unanswered. Checking again, please. From 738 Julia Delta, flighting 360, intercept the runway 3 localizer.
Intercept localizer, 8 Julia Delta.
Right 360. He gave you a head.
Oh. Do right 360, 8 Julia Delta.
Just fly heading of 360 to intercept the runway 3 localizer for 8 Julia Delta.
Heading 360, intercept localizer, 8 Julia Delta.
Back 8 Julia Delta is 3.5 miles from Wolf. Maintained VFR, cleared to ILS, runway 3 approach, Ogden Airport.
Cleared to ILS, 8 Julia Delta.
C525, traffic 12 o'clock, 2.5 miles off the direction. Altitude indicates 5,300, appears climbing.
C525, looking.
Skyhawk 8 Julia Delta, contact Ogden Tower.
Contact Ogden Tower, 8 Julia Delta. That's this one?
That's right here. Why do we not have
the weather?
124.55. I'm not getting it. No, you just talk to him, say negative numbers, and you're just. Are you just going to do a low approach? Or you want to do a touch and go?
I don't care.
May as well do a touch and go.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk to Tower.
Ogden Tower, 738 Julia Delta is 2 miles from Wolf on the ILS approach, requesting touch and go.
King Air 63 November, maintain out of below 5,500 Delta airspace.
Out of below 5,500, 63 November.
Cessna 738 Juliet Delta Ogden Tower. Correction, circle northwest of the airport for right downwind to runway 17 for beginning circle.
I didn't catch that.
Circle northwest for a right downwind for runway
17, and we'll report the circle for 738 Juliet Delta.
So we're not landing this way?
No, you're going to land on runway 17. That's good, so you get to do a circle. So what's your minimum altitude for a circle?
It is 4980.
Okay, so are you ready for your approach?
3 November, free exchange approved, good day.
63 November, Roger.
You see the glide slope coming down at you?
Yep.
Flight 3, I-15 southbound approved, out of below 5,500.
Staying southbound, out of below 5,500, be Flight 3.
So it's 24 Foxtrot, runway 17, clear, touch go.
24 Foxtrot, this is going to be a full stop.
So it's a 24 Foxtrot, runway
At
17,
this speed, what's your descent rate going to be?
For 24 Foxtrot.
My descent rate is going to be, so I'm 4 miles away. Oh no.
What's your VVI
Salt Lake approach on 121.1
in order to keep that diamond center on the line?
Salt Lake approach 121.1.
You're going about 90 to 100. That's a mile.
So it's a mile and a half a minute.
Yeah, and if it's a 3-degree glide slope, so that's 450 to 500 feet per minute descent. So over here you should have not 1,000, but about a 500 feet per minute descent. So what's your circling altitude again?
4980. So 5,000 basically.
Okay. Don't chase it, just set something. So if you're going 1,000 feet per minute down, you're kind of chasing it. Alright, tell you what, I have the aircraft.
Alright, you have flight control.
738 Juliet Delta's commencing circle.
Okay.
Okay.
738 Juliet Delta, roger, runway 17, clear, touch go.
Clear touch and go, runway 17, 738 Juliet Delta.
Okay, you see the runway now?
That's a 24 Foxtrot, turn left
Okay, you got
on
the
taxiway
aircraft.
Charlie.
Yeah, I have flight
Taxi
control.
cross runway
So you're a
21
little
on taxiway
wide
Charlie,
here.
taxi into the ramp, taxiway Alpha, monitor ground 0.7 on the way in,
See
have a
this,
good day.
there's a road that's parallel to the
Charlie,
runway.
cross 21, Charlie to Alpha,
Down there?
ramp, and then monitor ground
Okay.
for 24
If you
Foxtrot.
put yourself just to the west of that, that's a good position to be on. Then you just kind of have to set, so you go to there and then
What? Huh?
see this road right there?
Oh wait, I was thinking we're.
Runway 17,
I gotcha.
this road is
I was
parallel.
thinking we're gonna come around the other way.
No.
Okay.
So hold on to your altitude. Now it's a visual approach. And you've already told him commencing circle and he's cleared you touch and go.
Okay, what time is it right now?
We got an hour and a half, we got plenty of time.
Can't see the runway.
There. Probably you're holding too high on altitude.
Am I not supposed to keep that altitude until I can see the runway?
But you keep that altitude until you have the runway environment in sight to be able to do a visual approach. See, by holding that altitude just because you can't see it because of the wing, now you've jammed yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm too fast. And I don't have my flaps down.
Okay.
Ogden Tower, A Juliet Delta is going to do a go around and then exit to the north towards Brigham City.
So Sunny Juliet Delta, Roger, left turn northbound, departure approved. If you stay east of the interstate, there is no altitude restriction.
Stay east of I-15, left turnout approved, A Juliet Delta.
Okay, so you've got the interstate right down there. And I just, what you don't want to do is cross over Redwood Road, which is that road over there. So give me a fairly hard left turn. All right, I'm going to take over for just a second.
All right, you have flight control. Okay.
Okay.
I have flight control.
I go ahead and climb on up to 6. As you get out of here, get to 6,500. We're east of field, so you're okay. Just climb to 6,500.
What heading should I go to?
Initially, go to a heading of 030. Turn it right now, 030, because otherwise you're going to bust I-15.
Ogden Tower, B Flight 5, holding short of 17.
B Flight 5, Ogden Tower, runway 17.
The only instruction he's giving you is, as long as you stay east of I-15, there's no altitude restriction.
Clear for departure.
And you're about to go west of I-15.
Okay.
So, since that's the only restriction you have, that is your #1 priority, not any vector from me.
And this blue line is I-15?
Yeah.
He's just trying to keep me on that side of the blue line.
Yeah. Now you can come left to 360.
Ogden there, King Air 63.
So I should have.
63 November.
So how
with you?
How should I have done that circling better? Should I have gone out further?
King Air 3263
circle
November, Tower, Roger,
is
circle northwest
limited
the airport for right
visibility.
downwind to runway 17.
It's like a marginal VFR, or if it's not,
Circle
the
northwest
weather's
for
not good enough
1763 November.
to do, come further left to a 3, 4, 5. You're trying to keep the field in sight. So you get in the bubble of the airfield, you're trying to keep the field in sight at all places. You know where the runway is because you saw it when you're setting up. The fact that your wing blocks it is, I mean, that's nobody else's problem, that's your problem.
Right.
But you know it's there, it hasn't moved on you. So you just go and you fly an approach that keeps you safe, and you turn it into a VFR approach as much as you can. So we kind of set up on downwind. You're a little bit lower because you started at 5,200 feet, 5,000, yeah. 5,000 feet. That's 200 feet lower than the pattern altitude. So you just have to keep that in mind. Now you're only 600 feet above ground. And so you want to intercept a normal final.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I stay at 5,000, right? And until I'm visually doing it, and then I just don't worry about my altitude, I just go land.
Yeah. It's a visual approach at that point. Okay.
All right, so
you want to do the approach, the RNAV approach?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Again, you can set it into your system. I set it in your system to give you initial guidance.
Whoops, let's see. Oh, we already got KBMC in there.
Yeah.
And we got that in there.
And there, King Air 63 November, circling west.
King Air 63 November, Roger, only 17.
I wouldn't go all the way out. You see how far out it takes you?
Yeah.
Well,
you go to Wisley.
So if I do direct
King Air 63 November, runway 17.
to Wisley.
Land 1763 November.
So now you get all that going, and then you do your W hold check for going into there.
Okay, now Wisley is 7,100, so I'll keep climbing.
Okay. It's almost like a nav aid.
So it's 8 Juliet Delta, you want to go back to Salt Lake Approach or VFR on your own?
So,
VFR?
Yeah.
We'll go back to VFR on our own, 8 Juliet Delta.
So it's 8 Juliet Delta, squawk 1200, frequency change proof today.
8 Juliet Delta.
Yeah, that noise is annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe it's the thing causing interference or something. It sped up as we leveled off, too.
You couldn't hear me talking?
No.
I turned these off.
Ow.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
So none of those are on. Okay, so now you're set up.
King 63 number, you park on the north ramp, don't you?
I'd change your frequency. I'd go back to...
Going to the Guardian.
We want to go to KBMC.
Turn left runway 3, turn right taxiway Charlie. Taxi into the ramp via taxiway Alpha, on ground point 7 other way, and have a good day.
Left on 3, Charlie Alpha to the ramp, 63 November.
123.
Second traffic, 374 X-ray turning left. Crosswind 1 way 353.
You can't see it. The runway is just right off to right. So how are you getting weather?
One 2,000 temperature 1 Celsius, dew point 3, altimeter 3006. This message is advisory only. The active calm wind runway for the Brigham City Airport is runway 35. Brigham City Airport. Automated weather observation 2137 Zulu weather wind 050 at 3 visibility 10.
So runway 35.
Yep. For the winds?
Huh?
For the winds?
050.
0705? Is that what it said?
Oh.
Only.
Maybe I mixed them up.
Calm wind runway for the Brigham City Airport is runway 35.
I thought it was 05. Maybe it was 0507 or.
Brigham City Airport. Automated weather observation 2138 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10 clear below 12,000 temperature 11 Celsius dew point 3 altimeter 3006. This message is advisory only. The active calm wind runway for the Brigham City Airport is runway 35.
What did you get for the winds?
I was concentrating on this, so give me another round.
Brigham City Airport. Automated weather observation 2138 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10
right.
clear.
It changed.
Okay, so you started intercepting quite a ways out.
I was turning when that thing told me to.
Actually, that said 360 in 6 seconds, then it started to count down.
Yeah, and I start turning it when it went to 0.
Charlie, 15 miles south, northbound, 6,000
So this range here, that's 2.5 miles, so that's 1.25 miles. Cessna 172's turn radius with a standard rate turn is pretty stinking small. You know, you're gonna turn in 1/4 of a mile. So you can almost wait till you're on top of the line, because now you have to correct back. Okay, what's your next altitude?
All right, next altitude is 5,900. And we actually have a glide slope right there.
Right.
How come some of them have glide slopes like that and some don't?
Because they're precision approaches. If you want to follow the glide slope, go ahead and follow the glide slope.
So since this is is this a precision? This is a non-precision, right?
What is this?
It's an RNAV GPS, so.
Well, it can be one or the other. See.
Oh, really? If it says MDA, then it's non-precision, right?
But you have LNAV, MDA, so they're both non-precision.
Okay, so if that's the case, then I just need to get down to 5,900 normally, right?
Yes. But generally, you're going to beat the glide slope down. If you don't beat the glide slope down, it's going to put you behind the power curve. So after we do this, we'll do a touch and go here.
Yeah.
And if you want to do one VFR pattern here?
I don't care. Why?
We got time. Why don't you do one VFR pattern, do a touch and go, and then do one VFR pattern, and then as we climb out, we'll approach on 121.1 and ask if we can go through the airspace east of Hill.
Okay.
And then you kind of just make a beeline back for home.
And our, let's see, 50 or 4660 is our.
Yep.
And it looks like we're probably going to come in not straight lined up, according to what I'm seeing.
Why don't you work your way back to course?
Brigham traffic, Sport Cruiser 3700 Sierra Charlie, 10 miles south of Brigham, 5,900, heading northbound.
Have you made a radio call to these guys yet?
Oh, no.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk Juliet Delta is 4 miles, final for runway 35.
Touch and go.
Doing a touch and go, Juliet Delta.
You see how the glide slope is coming back down to you? So you shimmy down to that altitude because you're trying to get below the weather and then proceed forward. I'm taking over.
All right, you have flight controls.
You have flight controls. Okay, see, look where it put you.
All right.
Okay, now go ahead and take over visual.
Okay, I have flight controls. There's a bird.
Nice long runway.
Yep, I've landed here before.
I love this airport.
Yeah, it's nice.
The only issue is the bird sanctuary a little bit west. The NOTAM says they're burned out. This looks pretty good.
Traffic, Porkers at 370 Sierra Charlie, 5 miles, 5 mile final 35 for a touch and go.
Is it left pattern here?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've seen both, but generally it's left pattern.
And the altitude is 4230, so 52.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is turning a left crosswind for runway 35, Brigham City. Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is turning left downwind for runway 35, Brigham City.
The one thing that's a little disorienting is that the road, not exactly
370 Sierra Charlie, 3 mile final touch and go, runway 35.
That's our gas. Good.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Engine temp's good. Well, so the way I teach, I don't know how many VFR patterns I've done with you. So I teach that heading, altitude, speed, spacing. So I set that up as far on, you know, as early on downwind as I can. Then I can focus on my other checklist, you know, my gas, my undercarriage, my mixture, my prop, for aircraft that care about those things. And then I'm going to look at, excuse me, and then I'm going to look at, as I approach the threshold, flaps, power, pitch, roll. There's that guy on final right there.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, that road does kind of deceive you on the angle, doesn't it?
370 Sierra Charlie, short final, 35, touch and go, Brigham.
Alright. And I'm pulling your engine.
Oh.
Okay.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is turning left base for runway 35, short approach.
He kind of screwed that up. I was going to pull it sooner, but I wanted to make sure you're out of space. But if we were in an Archer, you'd never make it. Or you'd have to immediately turn to the runway.
I think we're making it, so I'm pulling flaps. Maybe. Yeah, we're going to make it.
And he's airborne, so you're good. I've lets you use the power if you have to, but I don't think you have to. Oh, you had it. You didn't need to do that. You had it easy.
Are we taxiing or taking off?
Taking off. Yeah, this aircraft, as it warms up, I'm in no hurry to rotate.
Brigham traffic, 370 Sierra Charlie, left-hand traffic, left-hand crosswind for 35, Brigham City.
Now I'm going to go like this. Flight plan. That just gives you a general idea.
That's so busy and zoomed out, I can't even tell. That's just back to Provo?
Yeah. Just to give you a little bit of a time. And 82 miles.
Brigham traffic, Sport Cruiser 370 Sierra Charlie, left downwind, runway 35, Brigham traffic.
He's clear, he's already on downwind.
Brigham City traffic, 738 Juliet Delta is turning left crosswind for runway 35, Brigham traffic.
If you guys want to go in front of us, since you're so much faster, we can extend our downwind and let you guys turn your base and final.
We're going to be exiting the pattern here and heading back to Provo, so thanks.
Have a good flight.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is turning left downwind for runway 35.
And I would just tell them you're climbing out. So I'd climb up to 65 and then talk to approach on 121.1.
121.1?
Yep.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is going to exit the pattern, climb up and head towards Provo. Brigham City traffic.
Brigham traffic, 370.
Alright, should I put these back on?
Left base.
Yeah, you have flight controls.
I have flight controls. I would hate to rob you of logging.
Alright.
Simulated instrument.
I have flight controls.
You have flight controls. So one thing we need to do at some point is file an IFR flight plan.
Okay.
You know? And honestly, I'd rather do it in another aircraft, maybe in 717, because it has better climb capability, so we're not as beholden to the weather. And we can climb over these mountains, get up to, we can go more directions.
Okay.
Because the IFR routes are a lot higher. You get your MEAs that are a lot higher.
Let's see, 6,500 is what we're climbing to.
Brigham traffic.
I stopped at 55.
Sierra Charlie.
Yeah, keep climbing.
Okay. Just hold a 160 heading, it'll be good. And then make sure you talk to approach.
Salt Lake approach, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is at 5,800 climbing to 6,500 and about a mile north of Brigham City, requesting flight following Provo.
You're about a mile south of Brigham City.
Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake approach, squawk 0324.
0324, Juliet Delta.
Skyhawk 73, Juliet Delta, your radar contact a mile south of Brigham City Airport. Solid count temperature 3004. What route would you like to take? And you want to go up and over Ogden's Delta or around over the shoreline?
Tell me you want to go on the east side of Ogden's Delta.
Just want to go on the east side of Ogden Delta, 8 Juliet Delta.
On the east side, over on the mountain side?
Yeah, that's right, 8 Juliet Delta.
You could go straight over Ogden if you wanted to. You just got to look at your map.
7,000 is the top.
7,800. Right there, 7,800.
Oh, that's Provo. I didn't scroll.
You made me thirsty. So how's that? How do you feel so far?
Good. It's good to do it. I do a lot better when I'm thinking through things and I've pre-thought. I wasn't expecting to come down here, to Brigham City. I kind of expected Ogden and then we canceled and stuff, but if I pre-think through things and I know what I'm expecting, and then, with the instructor talking to you, it always throws me too more. I got too many things going on. I do better if I just kind of concentrate on what my next thing is, And of course, when my instructor's in the plane, I always have less confidence, of what I'm doing.
You're fine, and we'll continue the flight on down. I would say what you said is a perfect illustration of why a pre-flight and going through what you're going to do beforehand makes sense. Had we showed up at 1:30.
Yes, it is. Selling approach. Jump 11 with you. We're climbing out of 5.5.
Well, I had filed a flight plan to go south, and I just assumed we were doing that,
Yeah. So, and since it all changed, but had we shown up at 1:30, and then we talked through step by step,
Jump 11
it's like you've already flown it. So then you go up to fly it, and you're just picking up odds and ends details. So you're able to ask other questions as things come up.
Yeah.
And then...
Jump 11, what altitude are you guys climbing to today?
Are you going to 7,000 or 6,500?
Didn't you say 7,800 is over?
We're not going over it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go east of it.
So I can go back down to 6,500.
Yeah, go back down to 6,500, and then come right to 150.
150?
I'm sorry, left 150. Screwed you up there. So yeah, if you can think through, where you almost write it all out. Okay, from this point, and you tell yourself where I'm doing my checklist. And then you tell yourself, like for W holds,
link information, echo current.
What are the steps in my checklist? Or for each, what am I looking at for weather when I go into Bountiful? Oh, they don't have an AWAS frequency, so I'm going to Salt Lake. Instead of having to think of all that stuff on the fly.
Right.
And I throw you off, which is why I help you here and there. Just because when you're flying with your family, you're not going to do that.
Right.
When you're flying with your family, you're going from here to St. George to go golfing. You're going to plan the whole thing out, and you can sit there and think through it. But you keep doing this, and after a while, you get to where you go, okay, I'd like, in a faster airplane, so I want I want Vector's ILS. Like, I had a friend where we went in an Aero, and the Aero wasn't working very well. Took off, flew a SID out of Ogden. We flew IFR to Westover. We flew an approach into Westover, did a low approach, came back eastbound. We did an approach into Tooele. Did a low, actually did a touch and go, and then we did an ILS into Ogden, touch and go, and then he went and dropped me off down in Bountiful where my truck was. And so that was over and over. You're constantly changing your approaches. You're going through it, but he had thought it out a little bit, and so he had planned what his checklists were saying to him at each juncture, what buttons he's pushing, what frequencies he thinks he's going to, all of that. So he's already mentally gone through it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's anytime I've gone with my other safety pilots too. I do better because I already have it planned out and I know exactly what I'm going to do, you know.
And then you go with me and I throw wrenches in it.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what instructors are supposed to do, right?
Yeah. You can hold about a 145. That'll keep you clear of their airspace.
145?
Yeah.
Skyhawk 74 Tango, that traffic from earlier moved to the northeast. They're up at 9400 now.
Roger, we'll be looking for 74 Tango.
I'm recentering that. But don't follow it. We need to get past the airspace first. I'm just going to give you vectors. Kind of hug the mountains without running into the mountains.
Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta, contact Ogden Tower, 118.7.
118.7, 8 Juliet Delta. Ogden Tower, Skyhawk 8 Juliet Delta is at 6,500, heading north, just passing through your space possibly.
So you're heading south.
738 Juliet Delta, Ogden Tower, Roger. Transition north to south is approved Ogden altimeter 3003.
3003, 8 Juliet Delta.
Did I say heading north?
Yeah, you did. We used to, when I was a forward air controller, you know, forward air control, what they do is fighter aircraft would come into an airspace, you would control the airspace, and then you would control the airspace, and then you're talking them onto targets. So look south, look north, go to this point, and then you establish units of measure on the ground. So I want you to go 3 units of measure to the north, or because you're in one single aircraft, and you would have up to 6, 8 aircraft all orbiting around in you, and you're controlling what altitude they're at, and it's a constantly fluid environment.
Yeah.
And it would cost drinks, that we if you said north when you meant south, or south when you meant north, things like that. There's not a better place to fly than along here.
Oh yeah?
I don't think so, because of the variety, the different kinds of airfields that you've got. I mean, you've got a major airport with Salt Lake, and then you've got a couple minor airports. You've got an Air Force base. You've got beautiful mountains, which means you have to learn how to fly in mountains. You really have to worry about your minimum en route altitudes and your MOCAs, your obstacle clearance altitudes. You can, for your cross countries, you really have to be concerned with weather. It's not like when you're in Florida and you just kind of keep going lower, and if you need to, you just go cross country at 1,500 feet AGL.
Yeah.
Which is also about 1,500 feet.
Yeah, I thought that, learning here in Utah with all the mountains, it probably makes you a better pilot to know how to navigate around all those.
And also your power, like you can take a Cherokee 140 in Florida and you're fine down at sea level.
Ogden Tower, Skyhawk 1.
Come right heading 150.
9 miles to the northwest.
150.
Yep. Sierra requesting touch and go.
That's 1774 Tango, Ogden Tower, roger. Enter right base to runway 17 for the 2 mile right base.
Right base to 17 reporting 2 mile, 1774 Tango.
Actually, make that 155.
Potential all aircraft will be skydiving northeast corner port 2 minutes.
We're going to have to request clearance into Bravo or what?
I was just
Hey, Juliet Delta.
Yeah.
Contact Salt Lake approach on 121.1. You leave my airspace. Have a good day.
121.1, A Juliet Delta.
Yeah, I would talk to him, so tell these guys that, and they may hand you off the tower.
They just did.
No, they just hand you off to approach, so you'll talk to approach, and you'll head south, and they may give you clearance in.
Salt Lake, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta, heading south at 6,500 to Provo, just about near Ogden and Hill.
Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake approach, roger.
Hey, I'm going to take the aircraft for a second, pull off the goggles.
All right, you have flight control.
Look to the right there. Look at how big that runway is.
That's Hill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been to air shows there.
12,000 foot runway. It's pretty awesome.
Nice.
And then when I've picked up aircraft from here, when I picked up A-10s, you take off, get airspeed up, so that by the time I'm right over here, I'm at about 250 knots, and then I go through this canyon, go through Weaver Canyon at 250 to 300 knots.
Nice.
And then as I needed to, I'd then pop up and climb up, pick up an IFR clearance, and go from there.
Jump 11 has all jumpers away.
Jump 11, roger, clear the through Bravo airspace.
There's the large runway.
Below Bravo.
And then you can see what used to be a runway, a crossing runway. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now it's just taxiways. And a lot of that has to do with, see, if they still had that other runway, it'd be a conflict with Salt Lake, it'd be a conflict with Ogden, and so it's just easier to have one long runway like that.
Oh, yeah.
Fighters generally are pretty good landing in crosswinds. Like the A-10, its limit was 35 knots, and the F-16, the limit is 25 knots. So that's not a huge crosswind limit, but the winds around here are generally such they can land okay.
Cool.
Hangars down there. The big one's called Hangar 1.
Yeah.
It's the far north hangar.
Yeah.
That's Hangar 1. They can fit like about 10 A-10s in there for maintenance. And then there are a couple other long ones that have been converted to the F-35 hangars. The F-35 comes off the assembly line and immediately has to go into there to get retrofitted changes. So we spend